Alright guys, well, a little bit more than 2 hours later, this is my view in Wiarton. So this is Bluewater Park Campground, and as you can see, it's right on the bay, and it's also right on the Bruce Trail, which is that, and second tree down you can possibly make out the blazes for the trail. Really nice night. Not sure if it's gonna rain. I'll have to check the forecast. It's about 23 degrees Celsius. And shot of my home for the night. A new tent that I'm trying out just for tonight. I'm still going to use the Lanshan 2 Pro on the trail for the next 8 days. But this is a wilderness excursions tent, 2-person. Took a little bit of doing to get it together, as there were no instructions. And I'll do a separate review video on this at another time. Alright guys, I'm going to finish setting up camp and get organized for tomorrow, and we'll see you on the trail. Morning folks, it's about 7:15 in the morning on Tuesday the 12th, and this is my first day on the trail. It's already rained a little bit, just enough to make the rain fly wet, so I can pack it away in the car wet. Lovely. But what a view. Alright guys, time for some coffee and time to hit the trail. See you out there. Well guys, what's a visit to Wiarton without a shot of Willie himself? So they've obviously gone through a few of them over the years. Nice little memorial. And let's get a shot of the bay. Marina. It really is a beautiful morning. Even the seagulls think so. So I'm already on the Bruce Trail, cars parked. There's me there. That's the office for the park and campground. And we'll be going right by the campsite that I had last night. And let's see how much distance I can get in before the rain and thunderstorms start, which obviously still holding out some hope that they never come, but we'll see. Alright guys, I'm going to get some mileage in my shoes here and see what's coming up next. Not sure how well this is going to turn out, but just came to the signpost just as I'm about to enter the woods. And it says McNeill Ruins. Looks like 8 kilometers. So, looks like I have something to look forward to after all. Well, aside from the trail, of course. Just after 9 a.m. First sign. A little rocky. Very rocky. And beautiful view. Folks, I don't know if I'm going to have enough battery and memory card for this trip. I'm not even 2 kilometers outside the campground. Now that's the where I just came from, and I'm right along the water's edge right now, and that's the path ahead. Still quite rocky, but like I've probably stopped like 5 or 6 times just to take pictures. Like, it's just really beautiful. Give you an idea as to the surface I'm on. And of course, like not even 25-50 feet, just a little outcropping of, or a clearing of trees, so you can take a look at the water. So cool just to see that rock just plunked there. Lone duck. Oh, no, 2. So I was also long debating about which shoes to wear. I had picked up some Merrell trail runners, Moab floats, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I wore them with when I was on the trail, the Maitland Trail, with Paul, and as comfortable as the sole was, it was really cushiony. I don't think it really gave my feet the support and rigidity that they needed for more rugged terrain. So things like inclines, declines, rocks, just felt as though my foot kind of sank and kind of got squished a little bit inside the foot, or inside the shoe, while I was walking. So I opted for my regular hikers, another pair of Merrell Moabs, but they're just the standard leather hiker, but I did waterproof them before I left the house, so hopefully they'll go the distance as I need them to, because today is going to be a 22-kilometer day. Tomorrow will be another 22-kilometer day, but Thursday I think is going to be 32 kilometers. So I'm gonna have to time my wake up and break camp times so that I can maximize daylight on the trail and make sure I get to where I need to get. Alright guys, before I run out of battery and memory card, I'm going to get at it, and I'm sure I'll record something very shortly here with all this beauty around me. Alright guys, well, guess what I'm looking at? Stairs! And you are gonna come with me for the ride. Please ignore any wheezing and hacking you might hear. I put my chipmunk. I put my trekking poles away. I have my hands free, and away we go. It's got this railing here. I've seen pictures of the spiral staircase, but first time I'm seeing them. Really cool. Kind of hard to see where I came from, but you can see the bay through the trees. And away we go. Good thing I only have a moderate fear of heights. And this is what we're looking at the top. Full 360. That's where we came from. Marker. Awesome. Onwards. Alright guys, well, I only made it maybe 15 feet or so at the top of the escarpment here after that climb on the that metal spiral staircase, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit and pick up the side trail because the Coran Ruins or McNeill Ruins perhaps, depending on which one you look at, is off of the side trail. So I thought I'm going to get that on film for you guys and check it out for myself, and then I'll continue on. All right, hope you enjoy. Well, that did not take very long at all. I just got onto the side trail and I can already see it from here. Wow. How cool is this? Much left of it. Looks like a little bit of a park. Some info. McNeill's. Amazing. Alright guys, I'm going to take some photos and head back to the trail. Well guys, I've passed a little bit more than 4 kilometers. Again, that's also assuming the, or taking into consideration the side trail up to see the Quran. So, I would say probably 3.5 kilometers actual main trail distance. And it's just breathtaking. It's really, really beautiful. But I can hear some grumbling in the sky, so yeah. I think I just checked the weather and no immediate signs of thunderstorms, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen. So I'm going to just keep on going and see if I can get to where I need to be for the evening, and yeah, go from there. And I saw a garter snake, little one, cute little thing. Lost it in the grass now, but oh well. Anyways, guys, trail awaits. Just had a little bit of a break. Thought I'd show you guys the clearing from the trees and some of the rock formations that around me, tree line. Bruce is over here. I just came from over here. I saw some lightning earlier, but it seems to be dissipating a little bit, so hopefully it'll just completely blow over, but we'll see. Alright guys, I am going to saddle up and head back onto the trail. And I just passed a side trail for the disappearing stream. As much as I'd like to investigate and maybe even get some more water, according to the map I have about 14 kilometers to go and it's just before noon. So I'd think I'm going to opt to continue on and try and get some more kilometers in and see if there's another water source up ahead. I already came across a couple and jotted those down for my notes. Thunder is rumbling in the sky again. Got a little bit of rain, but not all that much, just a few drops. No big deal, but it's enough to make the ground wet and my shoes wet, so not soaked, but just enough to be annoying. Alright guys, usually you know the drill. I'll do some more filming if I come across something that's noteworthy. Till then. Alright folks, so as you can see, I'm donning all things rain related, and I had to switch out for my regular glasses because my sunglasses made it just way too dark with the cloud cover. So needless to say, this is why you carry rain gear, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't really feel like it's coming down all that hard, but we'll see what the next little bit brings. I ended up just stowing my Osmo action cam and all the accessories in my backpack, and just going to be recording off of the cell phone for a little bit, and if it clears up, then you know, everything's awesome. So anyways, so yeah, onward, and hopefully it doesn't get too bad, but it's a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder so far, and so far not all that much rain, but still enough to be annoying. Hey guys, so I'm back to the Osmo action for at least a little bit of a break here. Break in the rain, so I stripped off the rain gear and decided to air myself out. And message for you newbies that are not accustomed to hiking: a couple things. First of all, don't approach trails like the Bruce Trail or the Appalachian Trail and expect that you're going to be able to navigate your way through it the same way that you would do a rainy day on the way to the office or to school or whatever. Ontario, Michigan, Ohio, I'm sure there's a lot of other areas and regions that have really diverse autumns. So what I would suggest is do some hiking in your own backyard before you go out way too far out of your way for possibly weeks or months on end, and think you can tackle it like any other day. Rain gear, if it's truly waterproof, it's also not going to be breathable, or very little in terms of breathability. Pants especially, because there's just no ventilation. Jackets, however, make sure you get something with a pit zip. So the Tega Works Torrent jacket that I have has huge pit zips, almost like from the middle of my bicep all the way down to like the rib cage. So lots of ventilation there. But even then, it's waterproof. It's not really permeable, so it does have some breathability, but you're going to sweat underneath that jacket. So as you can see, it stopped raining, so I'm taking that opportunity to let my body breathe a little bit and kind of recuperate a little bit. And then of course the other thing for you newbies, again, it's not like walking on cement or concrete or or asphalt, everything gets slippery. So when rocks are dry, you have great traction on your shoes. When they get wet, can't rely on them. So every step that you got to take is got to be somewhat calculated, and make sure that you you don't trip, fall, twist an ankle, break your bone, and of course you know, be wailing in pain until you get somebody to come out and help you, if they can. So that's something else to think about. And I should know, I hurt myself on the trail, and at the time I didn't really know how bad the injury was. Now luckily I didn't break anything, but I had to still hike out, I think, a minimum of 5 to 8 kilometers just to get to a road. So either that or wait for somebody to get me. Now luckily I could still walk, but it was getting to be more and more painful. Anyways, that's another story. So without any further ado, I'm going to have a bit of a break. I'm going to recharge the camera here, since I did a lot of filming already today. And I'm in between the 2 Colpoy Bluffs green areas on the map. So I think roughly halfway done for the day, and it's just shy of 1 o'clock. So lots of hiking yet to do. And we'll check in a little bit later. All right, guys? See ya. So now that the rain has broken a little bit, and I've stripped off the rain gear yet again, I thought I'd show you a little bit of what the terrain looks like and what I've been dealing with for the last little while. So, not nearly as many rocks at the moment as there has been. Oh, these guys are cute. Look at them, so nice. But kind of hard to see. Got some really nice views of the bay again. Here you see a little bit more of a rocky surface. Still, nope. I'd rather not go backwards, but oh. Well, that was recent. And like I said, this is not nearly as bad as what I've been working with for the last little while. Here we go. That's a view. Hey folks, I'm going to try and give you a little bit of a shot of me on the trail here. So it's 20 to 4, and it's getting a little dark, but I think that's just because of the cloud cover. I'm down to my last half liter, and I sent a message to the property owner of the location for tonight's accommodation. They were kind enough to allow me to pitch my tent there. I've also asked if they had water available that I could fill up with, because I have about 6.25 kilometers to go, and which means give or take 2 hours. Had to use a little bit of the Mio Sport to get some electrolytes back into me. Otherwise it's going to be a bad time. But so far, the entire length of the bluffs, so basically once you ascend the that, I'm just going to pause here because there's something really cool coming up. But as soon as you ascend that spiral staircase that I filmed earlier today, there have been no water sources except for just outside of Colpoy's Bay village, if I remember correctly, off of Edgar. Should have taken water there, but I think I only drank about maybe 3/4 of a liter, and I only have 2 bottles with me. I was trying to cut down on the amount of weight that I was carrying today. So the guide app shows a stream or some other kind of water source to the western edge of Malcolm Bluffs conservation area. So worst case scenario, I'll be able to refill 2 liters worth of water there, provided that it's a viable water source. Here's hoping. And even if the landowner does give me water for tonight, then it just allows me to cook up a meal tonight, if I even have an appetite, that is, by the time I get situated. It's been a tough go. The rain didn't help, you know, slowed me down. Had to watch what I was doing and where I was stepping. Trail is beautiful, forest is beautiful. No sign of any critters other than I think 1 or 2 chipmunks and a squirrel, birds, and there were some vultures, turkey vultures, swirling around me when I was having that lunch break, so that was about it. Anyways, I'm just going to pause recording and start recording and show you this really cool crevice that I just came across. Okay? There we go. That is a long way down. And just to give you a little snippet of the terrain. So here you got some more rocks. Oh, and in terms of where I'm at right now, I am actually, yeah, so that's a side trail to parking at Wright's Crescent, and I'm just about to enter Malcolm's Bluff Conservation Area. So there is actually I'll double check the map. I may or may not take a side trail just to end things a little bit quicker today, but we'll see. First day is always the hardest, but I'll keep you guys posted. And so far, no one on the trail whatsoever. I had the trail completely to myself so far today, which is kind of eerie but nice at the same time. I did run into one person at the McNeill Ruins, and he told me how his mother, I believe, used to work for the McNeills back in the day, and the mansion was still in its prime back in the 20s, but after the McNeills passed away, the son took over. But even on those placards, if you had a chance to read them, he was known for throwing very lavish galas, and as the gentleman I ran into mentioned, he basically drank away the family fortune. So unfortunately it fell to ruin between he and some vagrants. Not sure what the story was, but apparently it burned down. But I think back even in the 40s, I think he said, 40s or 50s. There's another crevice. He had mentioned that it was still a very nice mansion with all the furnishings, I should say. And what a view. Dedication plaque. Alright guys, back to work here, and I'll see you on the flip side. Well, that was a bit of a scary descent, all wet and stuff. So I'm not sure what part of Malcolm's Bluffs I'm in at the moment, but I think at least the second half or so. Hopefully come across some water very soon. Might be hard to see, but that's a really steep set of stairs. And that's a really cool rock formation.